come across a Packer article or Packer content that's put out there that completely fires you up? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what fired me up. Some of you guys might be saying, yeah, buddy, it is your channel. Well, if that's the case, thank you for listening. Please hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's get into an article that I came across. It was had to do with the three most overrated Packer players heading into the 2024 season. I completely disagree with two of the three players on his list. I'm going to give you who I think the three most overrated players are heading into the 2024 season. So let's go over this article. I thought it was pretty interesting. So it says three overrated Packers heading into the 2024 season. Number three on his list is a guy that I completely disagree with, and it's Josh Myers under center. Okay, so yes, we did use a second round pick back in 2021 for Josh Myers. Yes, he isn't living up to the hype, but I don't see him being one of the most overrated Packer players heading into the 2024 season because everybody knows that the dude is in jeopardy of losing his starting role already. So I don't see how that makes him an overrated Packer player heading into the 2024 season. Everybody knows Packer players, the staff, they all know that Josh Myers may be in jeopardy of losing his position to Zach Tom. Zach Tom, they may move from right tackle under center. If that's the case, then they're either going to use rookie Jordan Morgan over at right tackle, or they're going to use Walker over at right tackle. So I don't see, and I completely disagree with him saying that Josh Myers is one of the most overrated players heading into the 2024 season. This dude may not even be a starter. Is he a serviceable backup? Absolutely. Can he get the job done as a starter? Yes, it doesn't look great, but yes, I don't see, everybody knows the expectation level is not high for Josh Myers. So I completely disagree with already the number one player or the number three player on his list. The number two player on his list, as you can see right here, is Eric Stokes. Okay, so Eric Stokes is one of those dudes that the Packers used a first round pick for, late first round pick, and he has not lived up to the hype. His rookie season, he had a very solid rookie year, 55 tackles, one interception, but more than that, his cover skills were just spot on. He could cover anything it looked like his rookie year, and all those question marks as to, man, was this dude worth a first round pick? Those questions were all answered his rookie season. And then he has the sophomore slump. He only plays 9 games, 26 tackles, no interceptions. And he's battling some issues, and people are thinking like, okay, well, maybe this dude has some, it was because of injuries. And then, last year, his junior year in the NFL, he only plays 3 games, 6 tackles, no interceptions, complete letdown, a lot of soft tissue issues for Eric Stokes. A lot to be desired when it comes to Eric Stokes. This would be a guy that is in my top 3 most overrated Packer players. However, Packers didn't pick up his 5th-year option for those reasons. Could I see this dude having the same type of year he had his rookie year in the league, or even better under Jeff Hafley's system? Absolutely. Absolutely. This dude, if he can catch fire, if he can get his legs underneath him, if he can get that confidence, it's like a golfer going out there, a cornerback. If they don't have any confidence, they're just going to be whiffing the ball all day long. I don't see Eric Stokes having another bad season under Jeff Hafley. I think that excitement, just kind of builds. But I do see this guy as one of the most overrated Packer players heading into the 2024 season. The only guy I agree with on his list, his number one completely fired me up. Okay, so his number one guy on his list is Quay Walker, linebacker. I completely 100% disagree with him. This is a guy who had 121 tackles his rookie year, 1.5 sacks, led the team in tackles. Last year, led the team in tackles again with 118. He had 2.5 sacks and an interception. This is a guy that can fly all over the field. This is a guy that the Packers can rely on being out there and relatively staying healthy. It doesn't look perfect at times, but this is a guy that is going to only get better, especially under Jeff Hafley's system. I don't agree with it. I think it's the biggest laughable player. Almost, you can make the argument that this is. I don't understand it. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. But here's my top 3. Obviously, as I said, Eric Stokes is one of those guys on the list. Another guy for me is Jaire Alexander, and let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, so Jaire Alexander, of course, had a big 2022 season, all pro season, 5 interceptions. He looked fantastic last year, complete letdown, right? The dude misses 9 games. And the most frustrating and disappointing thing for me with Jaire Alexander last season was the fact that he had that shoulder injury that nobody really knew. There was no clarity coming out as to what was going on with the shoulder injury. It almost got to the point where I'm like, okay, is this dude just sitting games because he's upset and pissed off with Joe Barry? What is the story there? And then he comes back, he gets suspended for a game, he misses 9 total games. Um, Very disappointing season for Jaire Alexander last year. He gets no interceptions. The only year he doesn't get an interception is last season. So if you can make an argument that this guy is an overrated player heading into the 2024 season, however, do I think he's going to have a monster year? I absolutely think he's going to have a bounce back year, especially with Jeff Hafley. I think Jeff Hafley's system fits him very well. He's going to be just let loose, and I think the sky's the limit when it comes to interceptions. I think he could have a 5+ interception year. Jaire Alexander, who's number one on my list as the most overrated Packer heading into the 2024 season. It's that guy on your list right there, Christian Watson. I hate saying it, but when we started talking about this dude having, being the number one wideout, and that was the whole projection of this guy when we first drafted him. His rookie year, he plays 14 games under Aaron Rodgers. He has 41 receptions, 611 yards, 7 touchdowns. He came on late with Aaron Rodgers, and he was answering those questions everybody had of, man, is this dude that good? He looked that good. Okay, so Christian Watson looked every bit the role that we were hoping to see in those question marks were being answered. And then Aaron Rodgers leaves. Jordan Love pops in. He plays 9 games under Jordan Love, 28 receptions, 422 yards, 5 touchdowns. Christian Watson, though, when he came back later in the season, was completely non-existent. Okay, this is a dude that you didn't even know was out on the field. And when you can replace guys and bring them in off of seventh round picks like Bo Melton, and they come in and they look better than you, I think this is one of the most overrated Packer players. If not, he's the number one guy on my list for the most overrated Packer player heading into the 2024 season. I hope I am wrong. I hope this dude answers a lot of questions out there. But when I'm talking about reliability of a wide receiver out there, my pick is on a Jaden Reed or a Romeo Dobbs or a Dontavian Wicks, somebody like that before I go and look towards Christian Watson. However, is the sky the limit for Christian Watson? Absolutely. Has he figured out the soft tissue issues? Time is going to tell. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about my list as opposed to Dairyland Express's list. The Quay Walker thing just pissed me off. It completely fired me up. I don't see how a dude that leads the team in tackles his rookie and sophomore year, how he is overrated heading into 2024. Don't understand it. Don't agree with it. Go Pack Go.